All right, in this video, we're going to talk about rolling coils. So what's going to happen here is we are going to take that other half. So you had a big ball that we wedged. You cut it in half, made a pinch pot. You're going to cut it in half again. Well, I like to do maybe a third. We'll do a third here, a little bit less than half. You can use if you have a clay knife, you can. Otherwise, you can use a modeling tool or your plastic knife. It should work too if you just really support that plastic knife if you're using it because it might bend. So I'm going to put my other clay aside. I've got this much clay. I'm going to hit it into a ball, making sure that I'm not having any folds in there. All right, so I've got a ball of clay now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start rolling it between my hands. So we're going to roll coils, and I'm going to roll it between my hands until it's about the width of my hand. So I have a coil that's about the width of my hands here. Then I'm going to start rolling it on the table. I want to make sure I have my canvas here. With your coil, you only need your clay and your canvas. And what I'm going to do is I've got my fingers here. When I'm ready to start rolling it on the canvas, I'm going to start with the top of my fingers and go all the way to the base of my hands. So I'm going to roll from here all the way through the whole motion to the back of my hands. What that does is it applies even pressure and it keeps your clay from flip-flopping and getting flat. Most often when students can't roll clay coils and they get flat, I ask, are you rolling from the top of your fingers to the back of your hands? And usually the answer with that is no. It's probably one of the biggest mistakes people make when rolling coils. And I've done the same if I'm not paying attention. You're tempted to do this, and that really, it's only pushing one way and then back. With this, you're getting several rolls out of that piece of clay, and it's going to give you a more even rolling. So even with that, I pushed it a little bit too hard on purpose. I wanted to create this flip-flopping motion. So if you're rolling clay and you get this flip-flopping motion, you can kind of see it with my hands, where it's not rolling smoothly, it's kind of flopping, you can hear it. It shouldn't sound like that. One thing that you can do, you can cube it out a little bit more so you can squish it back into a more square coil, and then you can start rolling again. As it gets bigger and wider, you're going to want to stretch out your fingers so they cover the most surface area. If it's still doing that, or if you feel it start to do that as you go, one thing you can do is if you've ever played Bop It and they have that twisted, you're going to do that but with your clay. So you twist it like a little breadstick, just one twist. And you can kind of hear that there's no flopping noise anymore. I've gotten all the flopping out of it. And you want a nice, thick, even coil. And you can see that there. It's even all the way across. It's perfectly round. And it's great and usable. And it's not really cracking or anything. It'll be great for a coil pot. So that's my coil.